everybody, and welcome to another stream. Welcome to your Monday. I'll be your pilot to Hype Town today. We should have sunny skies. A little bit of turbulence when we get to the Ray topic. But other than that, you should have some smooth flying, kick back, enjoy yourself. Or maybe not. We'll see if we crash and burn. What is up, everybody? What's up and welcome? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the return of Star Wars. Somehow Star Wars returned. Pretty impressive. Star Wars Celebration over the weekend. A ton of different announcements, and I think a lot of things to actually genuinely be excited about. And I am, I'm going to give them a decent little score for what they did at Celebration. Now, obviously, this doesn't necessarily change everything. It's not as though, wow, like we're back, everything's going to be fine. Things are good. There are some questionable and interesting things in the Star Wars pipeline as well, and I think that they did make some of their same old mistakes, but you got to give credit where credit is due. I think this was a successful Star Wars Celebration, and I think there's a lot of exciting stuff to get into. So we're going to tackle that. We're going to get into all of that and more. I want to talk about Super Mario Bros. A little bit as well. Holy buttholes, Batman. That movie made a lot of money. Really interesting, so I want to get into that, talk about that. There's also some Marvel stuff that I want to get into today. Apparently, there's a trailer for The Marvels coming out tomorrow, so I'll do some kind of a reaction breakdown thing. We'll probably talk about the behind-the-scenes stuff for that movie a little bit too, and just kind of see where we're all at with that. But nonetheless, it is a coming, and it is a coming tomorrow. We have it on pretty good authority for that. Now, I want to talk about show notes for a little bit. Show notes. We're gonna do it. We're actually going to do it. We're giving away a $200 GameStop gift card today. We might give two away, but probably just one. We'll give another one away tomorrow on the member stream, okay? So, we're going to give away this gift card. If you're not a Nerdventure member, maybe now, good time to pull the trigger so that you can win the $200 GameStop gift card and then piss everybody off that's been a member for like 2+ years. They'll be furious, but it would kind of be funny. Also, got some Star Wars stuff I want to give away today, too. This a little Ahsoka figure, this Mandalorian collector box, whatever the fuck, and then a Darth Vader Funko as well. And that's not all. I said it's not all. I found yesterday a bunch of awesome X-Men Marvel Legends figures. And so tomorrow, what we're going to do is at 11 a.m. for the Nerdventure stream. That's just a stream we do each week for the members only. I'm going to play you guys in Marvel Snap again. So we're going to have Marvel Snap games tomorrow morning at 11. We'll talk some shit, play some Snap. And if you get into one of those games and you beat me in the Marvel Snap game, I will ship you out one of those awesome Marvel Legends figures. So a lot of X-Men stuff. Really wish the X-Men were just coming like tomorrow. But whatever, still got a lot of cool stuff to give away. Okay, yeah, I saw some people talking about Izzy as well. We can kind of start there as more and more people roll in. I can give you a little bit of the UFC nerdiness. Oh, man, what a great card. That was fantastic, man. Just top to bottom, I thought it was a fantastic card. All of the fights were really good. Gilbert Burns got it done. Kevin Holland got it done. And Israel Adesanya got it done, man. Insane. And I think he solidified himself as one of the GOATs, even if, I think he was already one of the GOATs, but this defense or this reclaiming of the title is insane. I also saw a lot of people say like, oh, we need the rubber match immediately. We need to do, the rubber match immediately. I don't think so at all. I mean, to me, this is a situation where the guy, he earns that rematch back because he's Israel, and he's done so much for the sport, and he's been a champion for so long, right? The risk that he took with trying to do that rematch right away is crazy. If he loses that, he's kind of like done, dude. Like, in a lot of ways, he's done. He wouldn't be champion for a long, long time if he lost it. So the amount of risk that he took is sort of asymmetrical, and I think that now he's earned to, like, let that go for a long time. It's very similar to the Diaz Connor thing, you know, a very similar thing where it's like, damn, dude, like, yeah, maybe down the line we settle that, but for now it's sort of finished. I don't know if you guys feel that way or not, but fantastic night of fights, man. And I thought that the speeches that Izzy gave afterwards and like how hard he's partying and shit, it's just such a feel good part of the story too, because he really did put everything that he had into that. It's awesome, man, when you see a human being like rise to that occasion and do something truly great. This is his boogeyman, you know what I mean? And he beat him. Crazy, dude. Like, really, really fun. So, yeah, I had a great weekend, man. Watching those fights, also watching all the Star Wars news come in. Pretty freaking wild stuff. Pretty freaking wild. No, these are not new glasses. These are old glasses. I have to get new glasses because I broke a pair and I can't find my other pair. And so I'm dealing with this for now. But I'm going to get new frames soon anyways. I was actually planning on getting new frames real soon regardless. Yo, I see a bunch of people in chat talking about this whole Rey is pregnant thing. What's up with that? Where's that coming from? Can somebody help me out with that? Where's that coming from? Is that real? Who said that? Where's it coming from? A few clips on YouTube from a toxic place. Leaked photo. It's a fake leaked picture. The red dress. What? Forced baby Jesus. Prager's. Just a theory. Super fake. Disney killed the Skywalkers. Yeah, so probably not coming from anywhere reliable, right? By the way, I think it's actually possible that she is pregnant or that she's already had kids. I'm actually going to do a video with Danny, with Geekdom 101 about this. I think we're going to try to record it tomorrow and like throw it up on, I think, his World of Geekdom channel or something. But yeah, no, look, I think that's possible, but also like there's no way they're going to talk about that right away. You know what I mean? And I haven't heard anything serious about it. So I think it's surely possible, but I haven't heard anything serious about it. It came from the Star Wars A Girl. Huh? Why isn't gambling on? Because it's not Friday, Trev. Okay? And yeah, we didn't have gambling on Friday because there was stuff. Did I say we were going to gamble on Monday? I don't think I did. Did I say it? I promised. I don't even know. Let's pull up the tape. Somebody show me the tape. I need to see a clip. All right, we'll get this gambling turned on. Jeez. Can't you guys just like enjoy yourselves in the tower? You know, listen to the conversation, you know, share some input, you know, have a good time. Sheesh. Sheesh. Everyone's like, no, we want the gambling and we want it now. Okay, fine. Jeez, there you go. Okay, so let's talk about this Super Mario stuff before we get into all the Star Wars stuff. And there is a plethora of Star Wars stuff to get into. Let's talk about this. Super Mario's brother. 367 million globally, making it the biggest global opening for an animated film in history, surpassing Frozen 2. Bro, what? So the real question here, ladies and gentlemen, the question that you're all probably asking yourselves right now, why didn't this happen for the D&D movie? You know, why didn't this happen for Dungeons and Dragons? Obviously, Dungeons and Dragons, as we all know, is so damn good and was supposed to make $1 billion in the box office. Didn't happen. In fact, that movie's looking like it's not doing very well, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it is not doing very well. Holy shit. But Super Mario Bros. Holy buttholes. Now, I wish that I had seen the movie, because then I could like commentate more on why I think it's succeeding so much. I mean, I think the obvious answer is like Mario as a brand. You know what I mean? Like, Mario's one of the biggest, most recognizable brands of all time. But there's this question, because critically this movie did not performed well. A lot of critics didn't like it. And yet the audience score is massive, and you just can't argue with these numbers. Like, this is ridiculous, right? Huge. So I wish that I could, like, assess a little bit better what I think is going on. And I'm hoping to see the movie sometime this week. We have a nanny, and she had to take some vacation time because of Easter. So I actually bought tickets on Thursday and wasn't able to go. But hoping that we can go maybe this Thursday. But I think the reason this is so massive and this is so important to bring up, look, a lot of what we talk about here is pop culture, right? You know, Marvel, Star Wars, DC, and the more that these things sort of crack into this zeitgeist level of like social media, discourse, etc., the more that it's an important thing that we need to talk about. This is massive, and I think a couple of things. I think that there are obviously other Mario type movies that could be made, which is just crazy. In fact, I'll pull up this graphic right here. I saw this on Reddit, and I think it's pretty cool because it talks about all kinds of different movies that could be made. It's like a fake MCU-esque, slate, if you will. And I'll say Legend of Zelda, dude, I have always wanted something Legend of Zelda. There were rumors a long time ago, guys, that there were going to be a Zelda live action show on Netflix, and I was hyped for it, dude. Like, Zelda is just such an interesting setup that you could do some really fun high fantasy type stuff. Link is awesome, so Gandalf, I mean, it's ripe for something really, really cool. Metroid is sick as well, dude. Like, don't sleep on Metroid. Like, Metroid is a very, very fun series. It would be sort of like Iron Man meets Aliens 2 a little bit. Like, it could be very crazy and super, super fun. Star Fox is a no-brainer. Yeah, Ganondorf, like I said, and Gandalf. Okay? I haven't had enough coffee. You know what? We're ending the stream because you guys are mean to me. We're ending the stream. Oh, I'm toxic? Oh, I'm the one that's toxic? Anyway. Star Fox would be great as well. Of course, Gandalf is also in that one, and that would be sick. It's like Top Gun Maverick. You get some Top Gun Maverick vibes going on in there. Kirby, I don't know what the fuck they would do with Kirby. Don't do it. Donkey Kong. Nah, don't do it. But Smash Bros is kind of interesting. Now, go with me on this. A Mortal Kombat / Secret Wars type vibe with all these different characters. If they build up a lot of these different characters, then all of a sudden, like, a battle for the universe, a tournament for the universe, something crazy like that. Yeah, bro. That would be kind of sick. Not going to lie. So Nintendo obviously primed with a ton of massive different franchises. And I think this IP, like, I don't know, man, if they do it in the style of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, like, it really does seem that that's sort of the winning formula. I also saw some people pointing out, and I think this is such a great point to bring up, with the success of The Last of Us, you have, Neil Druckmann, regardless of how you feel about the person, this is a person that was heavily involved in the games that then goes to really be a big part of the creative process for the show. That seems to be an important element here. And you had Nintendo being very hands-on with what was going on with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. So we might be getting into this era because video game movies and shows have been something that have been tried for a long, long time. Okay? Like, a long, long time. And it never quite seemed to work. Like, y'all remember the Michael Fassbender Assassin's Creed movie? Oh my God, bro. So this is something that I think a lot of people have tried to tap into, and we might have now a formula that works that many different studios could replicate if they can get their hands on this IP, or if the studio or the IP studios themselves from the video game world come over into the movies. It's just really crazy. The other thing that's wild about this is the Pokemon rumors. So according to Christian Harloff, the next major franchise for Netflix is going to be live action Pokemon. And like, can you imagine if they give that the level of attention of like their Stranger Things to live action Pokemon at the same time that like video game, we might be stepping into a new era. It's very early. It's too early to tell for sure. But you know, a lot of people say like comic book movies kind of on the decline. Star Wars, you know, somewhat on shaky ground. Could you see a sort of new wave with Nintendo and video game universes and franchises? I mean, I'll tell you, bro. Obviously, there are some sick-ass video games that I'd love to see adapted. Mass Effect comes to mind. Maybe a proper Halo comes to mind. Yeah, really, really ripe. So, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Just wanted to bring that up. Okay, I guess we should just get into Star Wars. I guess we could just talk about the Star Wars. So, let me ask you guys a question about Star Wars Celebration. Just, I think this is maybe the place to begin with. This is the sort of start. Okay. Are you ready? Is it okay? Should we get into it? Should we talk some Star Wars? So here's my first question to you guys. What score would you give Disney for this year's Star Wars Celebration out of 10? You know? Just in terms of what Celebration looks to accomplish and what it did, what kind of a score would you give it? All right, let's look into some of these here. I'm really curious. So you got 8, 5, 5, 4, 7, 3, 8, 9, 2, 9, 3, 8, 10, 5. This is pretty interesting. That's a pretty big spread. You've got some people very hyped, and then you have some people very not hyped. That is a really interesting spread. Wow, wee wah. Okay, so you know what I think might be happening here, and I think it's fair. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Okay, I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I'm gonna say that many of you that really don't like the fact that Rey is coming back, you might be the people that are giving it a lower score. Is that fair? Is that a fair prediction? If that is the case, put a yes into the chat. And yeah, I'll get a poll going on. Holy shit. Y'all thirsty for these polls. My God. I gotta end this one. Yeah, a couple yeses in chat. Couple yeses. Okay. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Here we go. Let's try to get a poll going on here. So, how did Star Wars do at Celebration this year? And we'll say, let's say great, good, meh, and bad. Boom. There you go. Curious to see what y'all think. You gotta put Rey on the poll. That's the only way Star Wars survives. Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot. I should have put Rey on there. A spoonful of Rey helps the medicine go down or something like that? I don't know. Rey belongs on that poll? Hey, you go to horny jail, Carl. The poll should be, will you see the Rey movie? Nah, because here's the thing. They're all going to see the Rey movie. Everybody's going to see the Rey movie. Like, anybody... I guess I shouldn't say that this far out. Because, as we're going to discuss, this could be a... Yeah, it might be real bad. It might be real bad, okay? And we'll get into that. However, I think that as long as they don't just pile on red flag after red flag and just make it the fucking worst, everybody's going to go see it. Even the haters, even the people that are real mad, you know? Everybody, even because here's the other thing that's really wild about this, okay? And you guys are already kind of pissing me off. And I think that we're already going to tip over and get into the craziness. But the truth is, the people that are the most happy about this are the people that are currently making videos about how unhappy they are about this. Okay? I want to repeat that. The people that are the most happy about it, like the people that probably like knees hit the ground, hallelujah, praise be to Kathleen Kennedy. Those people, the people that are, I mean, how else do I say it? Probably have like plans, you know, that are thinking about a new car now, extensions on the mansion for their dolls. You know, like the people that are the most happy are the people that just made videos about how much they fucking hate it. Because they're thinking, rightfully so, by the way, that they're going to have at least a couple more years of being very mad publicly while raking in AdSense dollars. That is what it is. Okay? So from that perspective, I really do think everybody's going to see it. Bottom line. Everybody. Because some people are going to see it and just deride it for money. So there, and by the way, here's like, you want to go like layers, like a fucking Russian nesting doll. If you want to go layers and layers deep into this, that is also why it's such a stupid fucking idea from Lucasfilm. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to. I'm probably gonna piss everybody off, to be honest with you today. Just to be honest. Like, let's just throw that out there. You're gonna be mad. So grab a stress ball and shut the fuck up. Here's what it is. This is also why it's a brain dead decision on Lucasfilm's part. Because what they don't understand is that they've just given way more fuel to the established fan war. And the discourse around this movie, guys, do you realize what the discourse is going to be around this movie? Like, wow, good job. Like, it's very stupid. It is a stupid idea, but at the end of the day, everybody is going to see the film, 100%. So let's check on this poll. Wow. Okay, so look at that. I mean, I think if you look at this poll, man, it shows that generally speaking, people are pretty positive on what happened at Celebration, right? So you have great coming in at 23%. Almost 50% of the people that voted said good. 20% said meh, and 7% said bad. Okay? And I will tell you right now, my personal score for this Star Wars Celebration is a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Damn near perfect. Damn near perfect. Okay, and that might shock you because I also still think that the movie is a terrible idea and this whole thing might blow up in their face and we might not actually be out of the woods. But for what it is and continuous, like, just think about what has happened over the past couple of years from Star Wars and their announcements and their celebrations, their May the 4th. Bro, they came with it this weekend. I just don't think there's any other way around it. And, you know, we talked about this a little bit on Friday, especially when you consider how tumultuous and crazy shit is behind the scenes, because it is not this like, oh, everything's fine situation that they might be trying to present. It is like the sky is falling, like make a movie, Kathy, or you're fucking out of here kind of situation. You've got to give them credit for pulling that together in a very cohesive, very hyped up series of presentations. And it's also very odd that the decision to not stream any of this live did not seem to affect or hurt the hype at all. Like, people were still glued to Twitter. Some of these things had massive impressions, did incredible views across social media, which is a part of the game. I think the Ahsoka trailer was trending throughout the weekend. It was like number one all of Saturday. Like, it was huge, dude. You know? So you really do have to give them credit. If you are a person, and I know there are people like this in chat right now, okay, so I'm speaking to you. If you are a person that likes to believe there's actually nothing wrong over at Lucasfilm, and that people like me are making shit up, or toxic people are whatever, and you'd like to believe that everything's just A-okay over there, I think you could hold up this presentation as somewhat evidence of that. And that speaks to how good they did at, well, kind of hiding all the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, and really presenting it as this well put together, everything's fine. Oh, dude, Mando and shit's about to pop off. Fucking hey, dude, we're gonna get a crazy, Dave Filoni movie. It's all going into that, Ahsoka itself, the belle of the ball. I think Ahsoka steals the show from Star Wars Celebration and created a ton of hype, which is sort of like doubled and tripled down on by the announcement of the movie. That's really smart. Like, it's really smart to do the Ahsoka buzz and then also basically say, oh, and that show, Ahsoka, is really setting up events that are going to take place in a Dave Filoni movie. Epic, incredible. I think that Dawn of the Jedi, really cool move, getting a brilliant filmmaker in James Mangold. Great. You know what I mean? Absolutely incredible. A lot of hype around that. Even Andor season 2, they talked about it and I think did a good job of hyping up what it could be. You get Acolyte stuff. The Acolyte buzz, I think, is strong, man. Like, the footage they showed is cool. A lot of it leaked out online, so I got to see some of it. I'm sure you did too, some of you. It looks really cool. The hype on that seems fantastic. They did the right thing in not doing Kenobi too. I was actually shocked by that. I was like, oh, dude, wow, maybe they're learning. The Jedi Survivor stuff was fantastic. Visions 2, which, we can maybe talk about and watch the trailer a little bit later. Dude, Visions 2 looks incredible. Like, that is an incredible trailer. Like, regardless of how you feel about it. Like, here's the thing. I think there are some people that are so dug in with their hate of Lucasfilm and Star Wars that nothing that Disney could do is really going to win them back, right? They're going to be super upset about everything. They're going to look for the things to be mad about and look for the same old Disney. There are a pretty sizable amount of people that have that attitude. But I think there are a lot more people that are like me, unfortunately. And are very upset, but also genuinely love Star Wars and actually appreciate, even under the umbrella of Disney, when Star Wars is good. And I think one of the things that was really cool about this celebration, man, was I personally just really got a lot of the vibes from back in Chicago or back in Orlando and, before really Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi to a large degree before it actually came out. There was just a different vibe out there. And it was genuinely cool to see so many people excited about Star Wars, talking about Star Wars, hyped up about Star Wars. And I think that there's like a part of me going into Celebration that was so negative where I'm kind of like sitting back, arms crossed, like, can't wait to see how y'all gonna explain this shit to everybody. You know what I mean? And I genuinely had a change of heart, and I started to really feel like, man, I would love for all this bullshit to kind of be past us, for us to get past the bullshit, and to just look forward to really good stuff, and to really genuinely just be excited to be a Star Wars fan again and be happy as a fandom. That would be so fantastic, right? So there were like shades of that going on with this. It's a really brilliant presentation. I think that they deserve a lot of credit for doing it. Now, no. We're going to get into some of the concerning realities about the situation because I think the next Star Wars Celebration is in 2025. And that will either be a sort of sequel to everything dope that was just announced, or it'll be like a reckoning. Because I think it's absolutely fair for fans to be like, well, are we even going to see these movies? Are we even going to see all these shows? Like, what's really going on? That's a reality that is just kind of earned by Lucasfilm and by Kathy, right? So we'll see. 2 years away from now, we'll see. We'll see what the vibes are, and we'll see what's going on. I have some serious doubts about Kathleen Kennedy. I have some serious doubts about these movies. But I have a lot of faith and hope in Dave Filoni. And I think one of the things that's kind of undeniable, if you look at what happened over the weekend, is that Dave Filoni is just getting... He is, that promotion that he sort of secretly got a couple of years ago, and just all the stuff that he's been doing. This dude is really being pushed as this front-facing creative control, like the new George Lucas, right? And so I see a lot of that on display here. Even though a lot of Kathy stuff is continuing to be pushed forward, Dave is just, he's so in control and he's getting so much. I mean, they literally announced a movie with him. He's doing Ahsoka. He's doing a second season of Tales of the Jedi. He's, talking about all the different shows and all the different aspects. And yeah, man, I think he is that guy. And what's kind of interesting is even the most skeptical side of me, even the side of me that's like, oh, this shit's going to blow up in their face. As long as Dave is there, there is a path forward. So I'm kind of optimistic about the Star Wars brand in total. I wonder if what we're about to see in the next couple of years will be somewhat of like a redemption for Kathy, and then she can kind of walk off into the sunset and be like, see, I put things back and Dave is now taking over and boom, like we're all good here. Or will it be pretty calamitous, and will it be like, a big weight that drags Star Wars down over the next couple of years, and then we have to sort of rebuild moving out of that with Filoni, right? So, I don't know. I think it's pretty crazy. I wonder, though, chat, and you guys let me know, do you agree that Ahsoka stole the show? What do you think? Do you agree? Ahsoka, kind of stole the whole show of Celebration? Yeah. Yeah, it kind of dominated. Man, can you imagine what this would have been like, this celebration, if they didn't have Ahsoka? Can you imagine what it would have been like? Crazy. Yeah, pretty wild, man. It absolutely dominated. Yeah, and again, I think that the fact that they attach that show to what's going on in Mandoverse and what's going on with the movie, so brilliant, man. It really just, it's such a big win for them. You know what I mean? It really is. It's such a big win for them, which is crazy because Mando was that win for them at a time when they kind of needed it. Out of Rise and everything shaky, and then Mando pops up and it's legitimately a huge hit for them. Ahsoka is a huge hit, or presumably will be a huge hit, and damn, it's just right on time, right? The other thing that I kind of wanted to touch on, and I'm doing a big video later today, actually, all about Ahsoka, and I'm going to be talking about all the reveals in detail from Celebration about it. The Mandalorian leaks, a little bit of leaks for this next episode, and then also leaks about how the Ahsoka show is going to end. Damn, it's crazy. And it's going to set up Heir to the Empire and all that crazy stuff. So I'm going to do a big video on all of that. But I just want to say that I think they partially fixed the Mandalorian hype. This is sort of a side effect of the entire celebration because, guys, that last episode of Mando was it was really bad. It fucking broke me, to be honest with you. I was like, dude. Mando this season? What is happening? But the fact that they showed the next episode, the fact that it's apparently going to be 50 minutes, it begins with epic scenes that are actually going to clarify and tie together what's going on with Gideon and Thrawn, right? And that's all I'm going to say about it for now. These next two episodes are going to be fire, bro. I don't think it saves the season, frankly. I think we'll still have to view this season as the worst season, depending on what happens. And I think we're still just facing the reality that something weird's going on, right? I think it's the stories we talked about last week with John and Pedro having major beef with Kathy and Disney. It's fucking bananas, when you really kind of dig into that. By the way, I also think it's just so crazy that Favreau is not attached to that Filoni movie at all. That's crazy to me that they wouldn't leverage the pair of them for that announcement. It's pretty wild. And I think it speaks to sort of what's going on. But I think this is a side effect of what was happening over the weekend. It's a little bit of hype because we know it's all building towards Heir to the Empire. But also because they showed how it's going to happen, at least in the next episode. And there's a lot of buzz on that. So I'm frankly very excited for this week's episode. Now, there's going to be some controversial shit. Some of y'all are just, like, some of y'all about to have a bad time. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'll say. Like, some of you guys are about to have a real bad time. But I still think it's going to be quality content. I think they're going to close it out in a good way. Very interested to see where it goes from here. You know what I mean? Very interested. So, overall, very good. Now, would you guys mind if I was just a little toxic? Not a lot. Just a little toxic. And a little skeptical on the fact that everything is going to be completely fixed and that we're all good here? Do you mind if I just present just a little bit of why I think, oh, this is great, but we're still fucked? Okay, so I just did a big video that kind of clarifies what's going on with the movies, and I think the movies is really the place to start. I find it really weird that the other two movies that were announced and talked about are more hyped, seem more intriguing, and are less controversial than doing another movie with Rey rebuilding the Jedi Order. Okay? And the truth is, as far as I understand it, from behind the scenes, they have been scrambling, and they've had a lot of plans, right? And, Kathy said, let me just reveal a little secret for you guys. Maybe some of you are new here and you don't know this or you understand it. I fucking despise, not Kathleen Kennedy as a person, but Kathleen Kennedy as the president of Lucasfilm. I fucking despise her. I hate Kathleen Kennedy as the president of Lucasfilm. Hate her. I think she is the fucking worst. And I would say that if we had the entire celebration that we just had, and Kathy also announced, by the way, I'm sailing off into the sunset. I'll see you guys never. Peace. Then you've got yourself a 10 out of 10 celebration, the best goddamn presentation I've ever seen in my life. But that's not what it was. Right? Man, she was saying stuff on the stage at Celebration and, in different interviews and stuff. And I just fucking hate every time she answers a question. I hate it. Hate it. She was saying that the Filoni movie is at least 6 to 7 years away. The Filoni movie is at least 6 to 7 years away. They've got to develop more TV. They got all this other stuff going on. It's over. She tried to make it seem like every movie that has been shelved and all of the fucking fumbles and the L's that she has held over the past couple of years are just regular development. And going on the shelf does not mean that the project is over. Maybe we will make Rogue Squadron. Rian Johnson might do his trilogy, but he's just so busy. Ask Donald Glover about the Solo show. I just can't stand that shit. Like, I really, really, truly cannot stand it, right? Taika might make his movie still. Like, all this shit. Like, just refusing to hold the L. Refusing to believe or to be upfront with how it's been, right? So I think the truth is when it comes to these movies, bro, they don't have anything more than, Dave, it would be cool if you did a movie after all this Mando shit. And then they're like, yeah, that would be cool. Okay, let's fucking announce it. Cool. I'm pretty confident, guys, and I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty confident that the Dawn of the Jedi movie was Taika Waititi's movie. James Mangold liked a tweet where it was a tweet about, here, I'll just show you it. This is so crazy to me because I know it's speculative, right? We don't know for sure. We don't know for sure, but check this out. This is crazy. James Mangold liked a tweet from this rando dude here. At least I don't know. Maybe he isn't rando. But he says no Taika Waititi Star Wars movie. And everybody's cheering. And James Mangold liked it. And, the other thing, I just think if you look at what the movie's going to be, right? The Thor those diamond ships that bring everybody to Tython, those were in the concept art for Taika's movie. They're now, I associate them with the Dawn of the Jedi, the New Jedi, all that. And so I think that James Mangold is probably just taking over Taika's movie, right? He doesn't have anything for that film yet. He might have some ideas, but he's not written it. He's making Indiana Jones, guys. He's making Indiana Jones. Then he's got to go on tour for Indiana Jones. Then he's got to work on the Star Wars movie and the Swamp Thing script. James Gunn might fuck us over again, guys, because Mangold is supposed to do the Swamp Thing movie, write and direct it. Okay? The other thing that's kind of a bummer about this, and again, I'm not trying to be like super toxic here, but I'm trying to like tell you guys like how I actually see this. They've now attached a guy who's about to do this Indiana Jones movie. And if what we have heard about the Indiana Jones movie is true, we don't know for sure, some of the rumors and stuff, it is basic 101 Kathleen Kennedy bullcrap. We don't know for sure. Maybe it'll be dope. Maybe we'll really like the film. But I find it so odd and honestly just not a good business move. Like, she always does this shit, dude. Like, she always does this. She would bring in a name when they're hot. Like when Taika was hot. When Lord and Miller were hot. Like, she'll bring Ryan Johnson. Like, she'll bring in these people to get the hype and the buzz. But then, like, if it just doesn't go her way or whatever, she'll just cancel it and act like nothing happened, right? So I think it's weird that like this guy who's supposed to do this big movie, like, is this going to be another Taika situation where like Love and Thunder comes out and basically everybody turns on Taika and everybody's like, bro, no way. Do not let him touch Star Wars. And depending on how this Indiana Jones movie goes, dude, people are going to be really mad at James Mangold, which is crazy because I love James Mangold. I think he is an incredible filmmaker, but he's not above reproach. It's not as though like if he straight up delivers dog shit in the next indie movie that I'm just gonna be like, oh no, but it's chill. Can't wait to see a Star Wars movie. Like, no, dude, that's a massive fucking L if that goes down. So it's like, okay, well, that seems to be a bit risky, and also seems like a movie that's pretty far out. Now, talking about the 2025 movie, holy shit! I mean, I could do a full hour on why this is a bad idea. But I think one of the things that's really interesting about the announcements from Celebration, Stephen Knight doesn't even have a draft yet. The draft of this movie will be done in 6 weeks from now. Guys, they don't even have a fucking draft. So they lost Damon Lindelof. And I had assumed, oh, Stephen Knight gets hired hella quick. Maybe he was even already working on something. Like maybe like boom, like bada boom, bada bing, we're good. Guys, he doesn't even have a script. So it's gonna be 6 weeks from now, a month and a half from now, when he delivers in his first draft, and the movie's supposed to shoot later this year. I don't know, bro. Like, that just seems like it seems like what they presented on stage was like, we've got this all figured out. We're going to do a Star Wars movie in this time period. We're going to do a Star Wars movie in this time period. We're going to do a Star Wars movie in this time period. And it's all good. But the reality of the situation is, like, they've probably been scrambling behind the scenes and threw together some stuff, tried to get some hype, and it worked. Credit where credit's due. But the reality is, like, you look behind that curtain, and it's not a Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? It's Kathleen Kennedy, like, scrambling and pulling all these gears and doing all this crazy shit. So I can't sit there and be like, we're saved, like Star Wars is back. I can't do it. On top of that, even the Mandoverse itself, like, what the fuck is going on with the Mandoverse? That's a good question. And I'm just so curious as to how these next few episodes of The Mandalorian are going to be. I would imagine John is still going to be involved. I mean, Rick kind of made some statements during Celebration where he said something like, I don't think Jon Favreau is going to be done telling stories with Star Wars anytime soon. And I hope and pray that that's the case and that they can work it out. They seem to be, and by the way, this is another thing, like John is a consummate professional. He's been in Hollywood a long, long time. So like a lot of people kind of can't believe that he would have beef with Pedro and like be in interviews with Pedro, or he would have beef with Kathy and be able to like come out professionally and front-facingly make it look like they're chill. That's like very easy to do for them, right? So you have to, look, I'm not going to tell you what to believe, but I'm just telling you that I strongly feel that there's a lot of merit to this and that there's major beef there. And so it's like, again, it's like very difficult to get excited when Mando itself feels like it's so disjointed, like between the Book of Boba Fett stuff and maybe what's going to happen this season. And from there, it's like, oh shit, like kind of difficult to even be that excited about that. Right. And I think the other thing, and this is the most concerning and probably the most triggering thing for you guys, is Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, who now I finally, I've done enough videos I can say her name, right? She is pretty vocally left-leaning. Her documentaries are like woman empowerment documentaries. And man, like you're doing a 2025 movie. You're bringing Rey back. You're sort of hanging your hat on the fact this is the first female and person of color to direct a movie. This is a person that's like borderline an activist. You know what I mean? Like an actual activist. And you're doubling down on like Rey and all that, right? And I think the real issue is, again, the people that are the most happy about this are the people that are going to make videos talking about how they're not. And that discourse, like how does anybody in the chat actually feel like the discourse headed into this movie, given everything that I just said, is going to be healthy, awesome, fun, exciting? Like, does anybody feel that way? So, I mean, I mean, like, what? Like, so, and that's what they're doing. Like, they're signing us all up for that, guys. You know what I mean? And again, it's so weird because the other two movies seem far less divisive. And like, think about the Ahsoka show for just a second here. Okay, think about the Ahsoka show. Ahsoka is a female character. There's also a ton of female characters in that show, right? You've got Hera, you got Sabine Wren, you've got Shin, you've got Morgan Elsbeth. It's actually a very heavy female-leaning main cast, right? And there are, by the way, a few people out there that take objection to that just at face value are like, I don't want women or whatever, God bless them. But most of us, the normal motherfuckers, don't think about that at all. We don't care. It's just awesome. These are awesome characters. These are fan favorite characters. This is something we want to see, and yet it also still, checks certain boxes and operates at the level of representation. And I think that that's just like a better way of going about something than doubling, tripling down on this character you guys invented, Rey, getting an activist to direct your movie, hanging your hat on all this representation and putting it like right out there on Front Street. I just don't know if that's the move, given the social climate we live in. you know? So, like, at the end of the day, like, it's very difficult to look at what we have and think about how the next few years are going to go in a way that's going to actually, like, put Star Wars back together and bring Star Wars fans back together, you know? Like, that's kind of stuff. That's tough, you know? So I guess we'll just see. You know? We'll just see how it goes. Either way, I'm here for it. And also, too, and I tried to make this point in my video as well, I'm not actually one of these guys that's so against Rey coming back. I'm actually interested in Rey coming back. I actually think it would be dope if somehow she had children, right? That would be the perfect age for, like, young children, Padawan-esque, you know, young Jedi struggling with the dark side kind of stuff. That could be really cool. There's even, like, rumors, and I'm going to do a big video on this as well, that maybe even Ben Solo would come back. I'm about it, dude. I'm about it. I think it would be fun. There's potential with those stories. I just really don't like the way they're going about it. I just don't like, because it's Kathy. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Kathy. Like, and she is so out of touch. And it is just so bizarre to like sort of watch these moves and watch what is going on behind the scenes. I'm not going to be completely against it, but I'm also not going to act like a bunch of people that Lucasfilm should know we're going to be upset are somehow the bad guy for being upset about the thing that we all knew they were going to be upset about. Like, it's just crazy to me, okay? And buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride over the next couple of years when we get into this. Now, I also just want to say that I kind of have, like, in my opinion, what would be the best possible thing moving forward is if Kathy... Like, I almost want this plan and this whole thing to just go away, right? And have, like, some... I honestly just want Dave to do movies moving forward, you know? So maybe there's a way in which, like, this happens, people hate it, it bombs, Kathy goes, but we still end up getting the Filoni movie, still build off of the Mandoverse, and then maybe Dave does episode 10 after that. I'm not entirely sure. As long as that guy is there... I'm going to be excited about the potential for what he could do with Star Wars. But, yeah, let's just say I'm not so convinced that it's going to be smooth sailing from here. You know what I mean? So that kind of is what it is. What do you think, chat? Is everybody going crazy? Is everybody super triggered? We'll get into Q&A in a little bit here. Everyone's coming out of the casino. Did anybody win big? What if Rey uses her dyad powers in connection with Ben to get him back? I think that's probably a possibility for sure. How do you feel about Mario making bank? I think it's dope. I'm excited. I want to see the movie. And I want to see more Nintendo stuff. Yeah, that Visions 2 trailer looks fire, bro. Like, you can't deny that. That looks pretty damn incredible, to be honest. So I'm pretty hyped up about that. What? 2025 is in Japan? Whoa. That's pretty cool. Dude, I've always wanted to go to Japan. What? 2025 in Japan? Ooh, that might be cool. That might be pretty damn hype. Ooh, all of a sudden I'm excited. Look, like I said, Star Wars is fine. This Rey shit's about to pop off. Filoni for the win. Everything's good. If you don't like it, you're sexist. Get out of here. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Let's go. Star Wars in Japan? Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. I guess we should just get into Q&A, see what y'all want to talk about. There's some minor Marvel stuff going on. There's like some rumors here and there, a little bit of like stuff about Jonathan Majors, but nothing conclusive. So we'll probably wait on some of that. I will be working on a Marvel video soon, but it's kind of Star Wars time right now. I got 2 more in the tank. I think Nerd Theory is going to be great. I'm excited to talk to Theory about all these different things as well. There is genuinely a lot of stuff to be excited for. I am excited about a lot of it. So, man. Oh, like if they just didn't have the Rey movie, I really feel like everybody would be pretty... Fuck it, bro. Fuck it, bro. Let's go bowling. You know? Okay, let's get into the Q&A, super chats, member chats, and all of that. And then we're going to give away a $200 GameStop gift card to a lucky Nerdvenger member. If you didn't know, becoming a member, the very best way to support the channel. You get access to a bunch of different goodies. It's really a good time. And on top of that, there are some crazy reports on things that will happen to you when you become a Nerdvenger member. Some people lose weight, some people gain weight, some people get bigger in areas, some people get smaller in areas. Financial situations, results may vary. Don't sue me, bro. Okay, here we go. First name was Orange Grove. Says, Kennedy said Feige Star Wars film was never a thing, just a fan rumor. I bet that lie didn't go over well with Feige. Iger loves Feige. Not a good move on KK. I mean, bro, she's brain dead. Like, she literally said that they never actually started that and did call it a rumor. This motherfucker was on the Star Wars show. Okay, Michael Waldron was starting that script. Now, granted, I will say this. Feige's got to go handle business. He can't be making a Star Wars movie right now. He needs to, get Marvel back on track, right? But, the gall of this fucking lady, bro. Like this, I don't know, man. Again, I think it's pretty obvious my feelings on Kathy. But yeah, just another foot and mouth disease. Carl says, I can't take the Star Wars roller coaster. Star Wars is back. Mario making a Billy. No adventures for life. I appreciate you. Stop being so likable, Josh. Okay, right on. Will do. Duel, welcome to the Nerd Avengers, man. You are a Nerd Avenger now. Vagabond of Light says, those intro videos are amazing. Yeah. So we have a Nerd Avenger named Elijah, and he's an absolute wizard. Absolute wizard with the effects. And so he's helping us out with a lot of stuff. By the way, can I just throw some really crazy idea out there and see if you guys would be excited for it? Like a really crazy idea. Can we just stop for just 1 second and do a crazy idea? This is a fucking crazy idea. It's pretty crazy, okay? So, have you guys ever heard of a game called Fortnite? Fortnite has this really interesting thing going on right now where you can build games in the Fortnite engine with Unreal Engine 5 and build your own version of a game. Okay. So I had this crazy idea. What if we created Nerdventure's Tower, which that thing you saw in the intro is actually all in Unreal. Let me show you again. Right? So imagine if we actually had the tower in Fortnite, and we actually built in some mini games where this evil mouse would come to the tower and attack us, and we'd have to defend the tower, and we did races and all that. What do you think? Would that be kind of cool? Would y'all hop on and play? Something I'm thinking about. Something I'm thinking about. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Jason says, Rey building the Order 15 years into the future is plenty of time for her to be raising her and Ben's teenage child. Raylos rejoice, baby. Yeah, the Raylos, they had a couple W's this weekend. To be honest with you, I think they should be feeling good. Yeah, I agree with you, Jason. And look, I think here's the other thing. If you already weren't going to check this shit out, if you're already hating it just because it is Rey, are you going to, hate it more in any meaningful way if she has kids? Are you going to not see it even harder if she has kids? I think I don't know. On the one hand, I think this is an absolutely fucking terrible idea. But if you're going to do it, go for it, man. Don't play it safe. Go for it. Go crazy. Go bold. Because I think the only way this movie comes out and doesn't kind of fucking destroy Star Wars is if it's incredible. It has to be like hater-proof incredible. Where like essentially the only argument you could have is like, well, I just hate all the other movies with her. I can't believe they did it. That's like the optimal outcome. Now I have no idea if they can get there, but yeah, I say fuck it, bro. Go for it. John Cross says, you know what? I guess I should knight all of these people. Antonio, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Welcome back. Luis Rodriguez, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Welcome back. Daniel, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Happy Sanjo! Welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Man, you are a Nerd Venger now. Josh, do you think the main character of Dave's movie will be Luke, Ahsoka, Mando, or someone else? I think it's going to be Luke. I think it's going to be Luke, and I think it's going to be a young version of Luke, and I think they're doing a lot of work with that deepfake shit to get us ready for Luke. I mean, what do you guys think? And by the way, dude, the idea of Luke fighting like a Balin fighting maybe a clone of himself, that would be nuts. Or him fighting this other Enoch character. This like golden masked Sith dude that's apparently hanging out with Thrawn. Like, come on, man. That would be sick. Be incredible. Yeah, bring Han and Leia back as well. Fuck it, dude. Diamond Fig says, skeptical of Headland. Saw her at Talk at Star Wars Celebration. Positive that she is the only one of two to publicly refer to George other than Dave. Sounds like most of the Acolyte characters were her direct creation. Yeah, I mean, I'm skeptical of Headland as well, man. Like, and I think that's fair, right? But Acolyte does sound like it's going to be really cool. So we'll see. I feel like the same way about Headland as I do with Charmine, where it's like, look, you're coming in from this one angle. That's a red flag for me. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can't deliver. And also, it doesn't mean you can't deliver on what you want to accomplish, even like some, like, I don't know, like wokeism stuff, but it'd still absolutely be incredible. I'm the type of person that's not going to get so hung up on that I'm not going to be able to enjoy good content because of some things that are in it. But a lot of people are, you know, I think that's just facts. Like, again, like, are we going to try? We want to act. I feel like a lot of the anger from some of the people in the Star Wars community comes from this place where you're like, oh, I wish it wasn't that way. All these motherfuckers. Yeah, but they exist and that's how they are. So like I criticize Disney based on decisions they make because they should know better. And they should be the ones trying to create 4-quadrant stuff that everybody likes. And it just seems like they're like, well, fuck all these people, which is not a good look, you know? In the PT says, yo, Josh, is Thrawn a Force user? Also, did you hear about Donald Glover's Spider-Man villain movie? Much love. I did not hear about that, but I guess it could be the case that, yeah, they could be doing something with Glover. Who knows for sure? And Thrawn is not a Force user. Maybe at one time when he was younger, but the Chiss, they lose their Force sensitivity as they age. Especially the males. Mariana says, Josh, some Phantom Menace people, Carmen Pasha, says that the 3 movies announced is a PR stunt for KK. Also, some of my friends who saw your Jon Favreau rumor video say it is bogus based on misinfo. Your thoughts? So I'll talk about the Jon Favreau thing first. And at the end of the day, I knew even making that video and doing the stream last week, there's going to be a lot of people that was going to be their take, regardless of, you know, how I think pretty solid I've been with a lot of the things that I hear. I would not have even made that video and I would not have done that stream unless I heard it from a very ridiculously reliable person, right? I'm not in the business of spreading rumors, of doing like incredible amounts of clickbait, even though I could, and I think I'd be very good at it. Frankly, better than a lot of people that are doing it right now. But that's not really what I want to do. That shit's true. I just don't know what else to say. I mean, I've heard it from enough reliable people at this point, and then Jeff Snyder literally talks about it the very next day after we have that stream Wednesday night. That's not a coincidence, you know. And we got to quit acting like Jeff Snyder's inaccurate when he's saying something we perceive as toxic, but he's accurate when it's hyped up. You know, when it's hype shit. Oh yeah, dude. Let's talk about Jeff Snyder. But when he talks about Brie Larson, oh, he's toxic. When he talks about Jon Favreau having beef with Kathy Kennedy, he's toxic, right? Like, fuck all that. And frankly, I'm over it. Like, I'm done catering to motherfuckers that can't just see it for what it is. So if I make that video, if I claim that shit, and you're like, oh, it's bogus BS. Oh, dude, hater clickbait. Dude, whatever. Bob's your uncle. You move on. I'll move on. I don't give a shit anymore. So that's like the first take. As far as the movies being a PR stunt, yeah, totally. That's exactly what they are. They literally scrambled to try to make it look as good as possible. And to be honest with you, they did a pretty good fucking job. They did a pretty good job because it's such hyped stuff that there are even people that are gonna, like, they will just defend it and say, nah, fam, like, we're good. Even though, like, the amount of movies that Kathy has lost is actually more than the movies she's made, right? So, but at the end of the day, like, the sort of Russian nesting doll bigger layer to all of this is that this is a broken fandom. The discourse is completely broken, and that's at least partially on Lucasfilm. They allowed these wounds to fester in the fan base and have never actually addressed any of this stuff with any real, like, it just doesn't feel authentic at all, you know? But thank you for the question. Matei says, not announcing Luke Soka X-rated movie is an L. Take my money. Oh, I agree. I 100% agree. That would probably save Star Wars for sure. Positive note, nice to see Hayden get the love he rightfully deserves. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. And the actors and everything, they got treated very well. Even Rey, or Daisy Ridley. I think they got, I think they got a lot of love from people there, and I think that's great. Hayden especially, I thought it was fantastic. Yo, the Blair girl, the young girl that plays Leia on Kenobi, she was hilarious, dude. I loved that she was talking about the Leia under the cloak thing, and even she was like roasting the show for that. So I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah, it was cool to see. Did I see the Visions 2 trailer yet? I did, and it is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic, dude. That is a hyped-up trailer. That guy, whoever did that trailer needs a raise. That's fantastic stuff. Nick says, Ray pick is 100% fake AF. Yeah, it looks fake. Doesn't surprise me. Orkez45 says, Bad Batch Season 3, Tales of the Jedi 2, Filoni movie, Vision Season 2, Dawn of the Jedi movie, Ahsoka, next 2 Mando episodes, Star Wars back. I think that you just absolutely nailed why it was a good presentation for them. Because I think saying that, and with that question, bro, fair question. That's a lot of hyped up shit. I'm just seeing the cracks, and I'm like, I'm not so sure. But they have presented a very, very nice, ironclad, like we're good kind of thing, right? So we'll just see. Amon says, do you know that Hayden got emotional yesterday during his interview? Ahsoka is going to be epic. Yeah, I did see that, and of course it was great, man. And Ahsoka, all the buzz on Ahsoka is fantastic. And I'm so glad that the trailer is performing so well. People are so excited about it. I think the video we're going to drop today will blow your minds. So, hell yeah, man. Ahsoka, let's get it. Donnie says, Josh, do you think the Ahsoka show or the upcoming movies that we could possibly see Luke give Ahsoka his lightsaber? I didn't see they're bringing in intimacy coordinator for Star Wars. Yeah, we can only hope, bro. You know, we can only hope. No, I'm Dirty Dan. Welcome back to the Nerd Vengers. Spoon says, do you own any lightsabers in real life? And if so, what are the brands? Nerd Vengers for life. Yeah, so I have a couple of different sabers. Man, I think I've got like a Vader's Vault. One of the other really big brands, I've got an OH saber, I think is what they're called, from a Nerd Venger that sent me one. Yeah, I've got a bunch of good sabers. I have like a fun katana looking one too that I think was like a little bit more of a generic off-brand one. But yeah, I got a few sabers. Diamond Fig says, prediction, Plo Koon will be in Ahsoka flashbacks. Deep ties to Ahsoka already have pre-viz of him from Mando Season 2. Dave wanted to bring him back. Dude, that would be sick, actually. That would be pretty cool. Low Live says, me and my girl took a couple of 1-Up mushrooms and watched Mario on release night. Crazy ride, but great movie from what I can remember. Right on, dude. Oh, my God. Overbound Game Studios says, the poll should be, will you see the Rey movie? Yeah, we already talked about that. Everybody's going to see it, bro. MTS says, is sacrificing Din to move forward with the story a trade-off the fans are willing to make? I'm ready for it. Where are you at with it? Man, I mean, it kind of depends on... It just depends on these next 2 episodes. I think regardless of how cool it is, I'll probably walk away from it being like, damn, it sucks that they had this awesome show and all this bullshit happened, and they basically tried to act like the bullshit wasn't happening, and all of the stories went whack. Everything got really weird. So I think that's probably the takeaway. But at the end of the day, like, if we can go through that period and then reach a new status quo and then just continue to tell the stories forward, then we're good. I mean, who is to blame here, right? Probably Kathy to a degree, probably John in some ways, and probably Pedro. I mean, if Pedro really did kind of kick all of this off by just being a prima donna, he absolutely deserves a lot of the credit for blowing that shit up. Disney and Star Wars specifically is pretty closed up about the reality of what happens behind the scenes, right? And they're just going to pretend like it is all good. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that it couldn't have just followed from season 2 into something really, really incredible, right? Dominic says, if KK was gone and Rey was being brought back with different guidance from John and Dave, no issue with Rey, other than her story so far. That's a great point. Again, why not just give it to Dave? And maybe, like, frankly, he's not interested in it. And at the end of the day, guys, let's just call it what it is. Kathy is trying to make one more movie, and it's all about her. It is literally all about her. It's about her attitudes. It's about the culture she created at Lucasfilm. It's about what she stands for. It is so Kathy. She's just like, one more, all about me, basically. From my perspective, that's what's happening. And I think it's a mistake. Could still end up being a really good movie. We'll just have to wait and see. Kinsey says, I'm not going to see the Rey movie unless people say it's the dopest dope they ever smoked. Fair point. Fair point. I gave you 4 million nerd coin. Can you give everyone in chat 10K, please? Yes, I can, but also I'm doing some accounting. You guys have been going crazy with the nerd coin stuff. Everybody's gaming the system. It ain't right. Okay, there's 10K for everybody. Now, I want to run through these super chats, and then I want to get into the giveaways. Steve says, all PR is good PR, apparently. I don't know about that. Eli says, Josh, I've just accepted that I'll get hyped for nerdy movies. They'll disappoint, and I'll gladly watch you rant stream the next day. Welcome to the party, pal. Tyler says, 7.5 out of 10 because the behind-the-closed-door trailers. Interesting. Okay. Kuzcon, welcome to the Nerd Avengers. Diamond Fig says, just announced Celebration will be in Japan next year. I think it's in 2025, right? Dope, but guess I'm not going. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's 2025, bro. They're not doing one next year. Yeah, so maybe you can make it if you save up, huh? Fat Nick and Jimmy Neutron says, Josh, how much do you want to bet one of these projects gets canceled? LOL, just hope it's not Dave's movie. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a strong possibility, bro. Juan says, did you just raise an eyebrow to Andor? I mean, maybe. Look, I feel the second season will be much better. King Tannic says the odds are against her, but like you, I think if KK can turn this around, seems like she's listening, then I'm just fine with her staying with Dave there. Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty awesome. You know, and I think she could definitely hang her hat on that. I just see a lot of different ways this could go wrong, and the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So, I mean, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Mumbling May, welcome back to the Nerd Avengers. Appreciate you. Sozin's comment says, high key, low key, high key. Need a Filoni emoji, please, and thanks. Gotta spam that support for the heir to Star Wars, Nerd Avengers for life. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate it, and we'll get that going. Ryan, can we get a Filoni, Cowboy Dave going? Fat Nick and Jimmy Neutron, the 10 spot says, also, Josh, why would they even put Old Republic up there when there isn't a single bit of canon story left within that era? Do you think remake will be canon? I think the remake will be canon. I also think if they ever get Dan and Dave to come back, they will do Old Republic stuff. Yeah, I also think it's sort of a way for them to say, we're going to go even further back than the Old Republic, so it's like an important like visual distinction there. I don't know, man. Jennifer says, personally, I love Filoni's work in Vision, but don't underestimate the power of pumping mass content over quality work in the world of Disney. Yeah, it's a huge part of it. The other thing that's crazy is like apparently the Skeleton Crew show is like Kathy's heavily involved in that. And I'm just like, dude, wait, what? And like, I just want to know like more of like what's actually going on with like, I'll feel very comfortable when the next Jon Favreau Star Wars thing is announced. Because I'll be like, okay, well, at least he's still there. And at least they've worked it out to that degree. So, yeah. Deep South says, starting electrician school today. Wish me luck. Good luck, man. Good luck. Don't get zapped. Darth Vader's burnt asshole says, was that Celebration? Ahsoka was dope, but the big buzz there was the Acolyte. It feels truly novel. They need to lean into the High Republic's facts. Right on, Darth Vader's burnt asshole. Appreciate you. Antonio says, was not a fan of Lizzo and Jabbles. Right on. Mike says, Ahsoka hype! Hashtag team half full. Oh, man. Right on, brother. Andre, again, thanks for gifting 5. Mariana says, Celebration is in 2025 is in Japan. Are they avoiding Orlando like the plague due to the controversy between Disney and DeSantis? Probably, but I think also they were going to take a break regardless. I mean, they basically didn't have a celebration last year. They probably had an arrangement with Reed Pop and just went through the motions because there's like nothing that was announced last year. It was all the stuff we already knew about. This was actually a pretty good celebration. So if they take 2 years away and it's in Japan, I mean, maybe they could announce some really fun stuff in Japan, like full-length Studio Ghibli project. Whew, that would be hot. So, yeah, who knows? There could be. I'm excited for the Japan celebration. My thing is this. Like, let's just not have Star Wars completely fall apart. Maybe the Rey movie will actually end up being like kind of hyped and people will be open to it, or it get canceled. Like, cancel it immediately. And then just give Dave the movie in 2025. Everybody shut your mouth. And then we can actually all go to Japan and have a good time. Guys, do you think, honest question, let me just ask the chat something here. Because I was thinking about this, right? Wow, my chat is going nuts right now. It's like catching up. The hell? What the butthole? So, here's a serious question for you. Here's a serious question. Because I was thinking about this over the weekend. You know, Star Wars Celebration seems like a really good time, and I know. Here's the question. I want to go, but do you think that I would just be getting the side eye and the stink eye the whole convention? Like, do you think everybody will just like? Will people hate on me? Because I kind of feel like they will. Yeah, I kind of feel like. I feel like as much as I want to go back to that place of like, dude, we're at Celebration and we're all just here because we're celebrating it and we love Star Wars. There's just no way. And that there's frankly no way that I'll ever be like welcomed back into those circles and everything like that. Would everybody even recognize you? I mean, a lot of people wouldn't. But I would venture to say a lot more people would than the last time I was at Celebration. You know? So, yeah. I'll just have to celebrate alone in the corner. Okay, anyway. Detoxing for Life says, love you, bro. Great content. Do you have another job aside from content creator? Been meaning to ask since I'm not a VIP. Kathy has to go. That was B. No, I've been doing this full time for like 2 to 3 years now. Yeah, doing it full time. And, you know, I think that the thing with content is like, you always kind of be like adjusting and like moving with the trends and stuff like that. But I mean, we've been pretty consistent between the streaming channel, the main channel, and Nerd Theory. Pretty consistent, you know what I mean? And, you know, make pretty decent money. So, yeah, I've been full time for a while. Now I am working on a lot of writing and like comic book production, and I kind of like consider that another job because it's very involved. But yeah, other than that, no, it's just sitting here and being on the mic and talking some shit with you guys. You know what I mean? Gross annual income. I don't want to say that, but I'll say this. It's, how do I put this? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And let's just leave it at that. I mean, look, I'm not recording videos in my Lamborghini, like my friend Star Wars Theory. You know what I mean? But I will say this, pretty good. It would probably surprise you. It would probably surprise you. Anyway, Darth Vader's burnt asshole, which I just love saying. It's just so crazy. The 6 to 7 years is misquoted everywhere. It's the culmination of 6 to 7 years of Mando, Book of Boba Fett, Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka, etc. Also, the film is deaf heir to the Empire. Yo, if that's true, awesome. They need to clarify that like ASAP, because that's not just me that's talking about that, yo. Like, everybody's talking about that. So hopefully that is true, and that would be cool, man. I'd be into that. The Star Wars Obsession says, were you not the one saying, what is Star Wars celebrating? So was this celebration worth it or not? Is Star Wars dead? No, I don't think it's dead. I think that there's a lot to celebrate. Like, genuinely, I think the Ahsoka stuff, Heir to the Empire, Star Wars Jedi Survivor maybe looks to be one of the best Star Wars games ever made. Acolyte definitely has some actual hype behind it. The next couple of Mando episodes seem incredible. You know, Visions 2. I think there's genuinely a lot of stuff to celebrate and to be excited for. The problem is Kathy. Just period. Point blank, it's Kathy. And I struggle with how, from this place we're at now, where it's like really hyped and a lot of people are pretty excited, to actually getting into the content, to actually making the movies, to actually doing the interviews, to actually cutting the trailers, to getting people excited. There's just, to me, in my mind, there's a big gap between where we are now and the reality of delivering on all the promises from this celebration. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. David Diebold says, just get KK out of there and Star Wars will be great. Again, I think that would be an incredible next step. Ross says, great vids lately. Who's a bigger liar, KK or Gunn? They're both very close, actually. They're both very close. I would say that I think that, and this is just my opinion. I don't know, right? I'm not their therapist. I don't know them on a personal level. But my opinion is that Kathy is a little bit more of the type of liar where she kind of tricks herself into believing that she's actually telling the truth. And James is like an absolute liar that knows he's lying and that's like really shady about it. You know, KK is just like an old boomer that, I mean, fuck, man, maybe she's even forgetting at this point. Like, how many projects, you know? And James Gunn is like an actual mustache twirling villain. And I'm not biased at all. Detoxing for Life says, Josh, you're El Toxico. LOL. It's Spanish phrase meaning toxic, but in a loving, endearing way. Right on. For example, I call my wealth La Toxica. It's all good. Damn. Okay. Thanks. Or gracias. Poussin says, I think Din is going to be the Jesus for the new Mandalorian religion. Tearing the IG statue down was the red herring and will be replaced by Din's statue. Interesting. Okay. Right on, man. Detoxing for Life says, great work, Toxico. Don't change it up and keep it real 100%. For example, F, that little lefty crybaby Pedro Pascal, wished they would have casted someone else. Damn. Strong words there. Maybe you're the one that's Toxico, huh? Star Killer says, can't help but feel like this 2025 Do or Die Rey movie being led by an actual activist is KK's way of giving the Disney executives and the fans the middle finger on the way out the door. I can't blame you for feeling that way. I think it's just more, I think she's just that bad and out of touch. You know, she's just that bad at her job and that out of touch. She might view it as like a middle finger to a small minority of fans that have been very mean to her online. And I don't think she actually understands that there's a whole bunch of people that like just genuinely feel like she's very bad at her job and that a lot of this stuff is just really, really horrible. So, yeah. Brian Clark says, are you concerned about doing a Jedi origin movie without George or Dave involved? Because I am. Yeah, I am. I would expect Dave to be involved, though. You know, he's the CCO right now. Chief Creative Officer, I believe. Or something similar. So either way, all that stuff is going to be looked at by Dave, I believe. So that's good. But yeah, it's a little bit concerning for sure. But again, like, I don't even know. Like, is this movie going to happen? Is the James Mangold movie going to happen? What percentage chance do you think it is of the Mangold movie happening? You guys let me know in the chat. What's the percentage chance that that movie actually gets made? What do you think? 69, nice. 60, 25, 40, 80, 30, 30, 30, 70, 50, 60, 88, 12, 50. I'm personally at like 60%. I'm personally at like 60%. But I also think, I actually think the 2025 movie is a 50% chance. I think if the 2025 movie doesn't happen, I think all the rest of this stuff is like thrown into chaos, man. You know? Because I think with 2 years to the next celebration and the next film, if it doesn't look like this movie's actually going to work out, like if they lose Stephen Knight in 6 weeks when he turns in his draft or something, I think it's possible that they do fire Kathy. And if that happens, this movie's not getting made. I don't think. You know? But it's kind of, I don't know. We'll see. And Eric kind of says it right here. He says, I'm afraid if the Rey film stinks, we won't get the Dave movie. And I think that's a fair concern. You know what I mean? I think so. Benjamin Reese says, Ahsoka is proof that it's possible to have great female characters without an agenda being pushed. Lessons learned from She-Hulk and other shows, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I think you can do that without being pushy. And I think that that's a great example. And I actually brought it up already. But yeah, appreciate the comment. Starkiller says with a 20 spot, cannot type to save my life today. Anyway, to reiterate, I can't help but feel like this 2025 movie is KK's last chance to give Disney executives and fans, for that matter, the middle finger on her way out the door. Right on, bro. Yeah, we've talked about that. I hear what you're saying, and I think a lot of people agree. Damian Lara, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Starkiller follows up and says, I give up my fingers and talk to text determined to sabotage me today. Right on, bro. Benjamin Reese, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Scott McCrite with a 21-month membership says, Josh, in your opinion, how has such an inept KK been able to stay atop the Lucasfilm hierarchy? And how about that Izzy KO? So dope, man. Yeah, the Izzy KO was phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. That hammer fist was from the gods. I loved when he said that. And how? It's actually pretty simple. Nobody else really wants that job. So, that's what it is. Nobody really wants that job, bro. Okay, Shadow Realm says, hey Josh, loving truly Mando Season 3 until last episode, but with the leak of Episode 7, I'm glad that the show is going to end with a bang. 100% agree with you there, man. It's going to be super hyped up. I'm excited for tomorrow. Nuckin' Futz says, I can agree that Mando Season 3 has been all over the place. Last episode sucked, but no one is talking about how dope the action has been. Thoughts? Nerd Vengers for life. I think the action has been good, but a lot of the action set pieces feel unnecessary. It really does have a video game feeling. Like, oh shit, here's another side mission thing. Oh shit, here's another action scene. Or you got to fight these guys now. You know? So it's like, good action just can't stand on its own. You have to have like compelling character and compelling story. Like John Wick, 4 movies in, that's why we care so much about that movie. There's not a lot of story in John Wick 4. But they've sort of built it up over time. Pretty crazy that the most hyped stuff that fans really want are many years out. Filoni movie, Dawn of the Jedi, Star Wars Eclipse. Yeah, Kyle, 100%. That is a part of the problem. Chillin' says, yo, Papa Josh, Visions look sick. KK is sick. KK is unbelievably ignorant. My Nerd Venture membership might be paying off. I found out the 22nd. Take my money, Nerd Ventures for life. I find out the 22nd. My man. Mo from the Foe says, Ray's kid is going to be Palps reincarnated. Don't believe me now, Papa? Just remember my words. No, I like that, actually. I really like that. I hope she does have a kid that's like a little, dark side demon, dude. That would be incredible. That'd be fun. RJ Phillips says, holy cow, I was gifted a membership. What a great way to start the week. No clue how this Ray movie is going to come out in 2025. KK going to take an L. We shall see. We shall see. Appreciate the love, man. Diamond Fig says, thinking Tales of the Jedi Season 2 will follow Luke, potentially training Leia? It's a Dave show. Would be a good way to show more Luke before Dave's film. That's actually a great point. That would be sick, dude. What do you think? You guys want Luke? You want it to be Luke? Angel Stark says, did Hayden being in Ahsoka get confirmed by any chance? Yes. It's been confirmed. Our boy needs to be in Star Wars for many years to come. That cracked Vader scene, still fire. That's true. It was a great performance by him. Yeah, he's going to be in Ahsoka. For sure. Joe says, since I became a nerd Avenger, my muscles have been bigger. My wife is more satisfied. Got promoted at work and won the lottery. Thank you, Josh. Much love. Hell yeah. I mean, look, results may vary. But just do it. It'll be the greatest life decision you've ever made. Matt says, does this new Rey movie confirm that KK's primary objective was to have Rey replace Luke as the hero of the galaxy? It certainly doesn't contradict that theory. Yeah, no. Maddox says, nerd theory tonight? I believe so. I would be... man, it would be a shame if we didn't have one. You know, things happen, so you never know. But I think for now, yeah, we're planning on having a nerd theory. I think it's going to be a really good conversation, man. Yeezy Fasheezy says, Filoni movie, 6 to 7 years out, rough, but makes sense. Do you think they were feeding crowd audio into Kathleen Kennedy's interview? Seemed so awkward. No, but I know that they fill Star Wars Celebration with a lot of, like, friends and family of, like, Disney people and, like, of Lucasfilm people. Those rooms are filled with people that are not actually Star Wars fans, that are just there to, like, clap, you know, which is fine. Like, you know, that's the game or whatever. But, yeah, that's just is what it is, man. Ricard says, I think these 3 movies is a test to see which era will profit the most going forward. And anyway, we the fans can choose which era we prefer. We all win, hopefully. I like that attitude. We'll see how it plays out. XA says, do you think China or Russia will take over before the next Star Wars movie? I personally don't think so. But if they do, maybe they'll get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. Lord Vito says, you know who else refers to himself in third person like Veed does? Dr. Doom. I low-key need a Doom cosplay now. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Oh, hell yeah. Renee says, why do you think it's taken Lucasfilm so freaking long to figure out Dave should be George's heir? Because there's a lot of Hollywood bullcrap that suggests that Dave is not that guy. Right? But I mean, like, I don't know why. They're just not good at what they do. But to be fair, Renee, Kathy has played an integral role in getting Dave prepared for this. She has done a lot to try to help Dave get on sets, to learn from other directors. She has been a big part of maturing him as a live-action director. So, as much as I think she's really not good and she shouldn't be the president anymore, we got to give credit there because she is a big part of why he is now ready to do this. Samuel says, going to be a good nerd theory tonight. I think so too. Daniel says, oh, sorry, please explain this gambling. Yeah, so Nerd Coin is basically like a reward system. You get it for sending super chats. You get it for being a member. You get it for subscribing to the channel. Sometimes I drop random amounts on people, and you use it for basically like our giveaways and stuff like that, right? So in a little bit here, we're going to give away $200 GameStop gift card. That works a little bit differently, but then we're going to do some raffles, and you can buy a ticket with Nerd Coin to enter to win one of the raffles. Void of Course says, when are we getting the Snap Tourney? And we should talk about anime more. Please, Nerd Avengers for life. Yeah, I think we're working on the Snap Tourney still. Like I said, I'm going to play Snap tomorrow with people, with the Nerd Avengers at 11. I'm looking forward to that. But it's just logistically, it's kind of tough to figure out that Snap tournament. And to be honest with you, Snap at this moment, the meta is not that great. So I'm waiting for maybe some more competitive updates. But yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do that soon. Benjamin says, dude, I finally pulled my head out of my ass and became a member today after ninja watching for 2 years. LOL. Keep crushing it. Thanks for all you do. Hey, I appreciate it, Benjamin. And I hope you have a good time. Try to come by tomorrow, man, at 11. We have good times over here. Kyle
says, remember, for 19 months, I've been working way more this year, and I feel like I've had less complaints about Mando Season 3. We just have to trust in Dave, and it will all be okay. Take my money. Hey, that might be the case, man. We'll see. We'll see how these next two shake out. Anthony says, any chance Din tames the Mythosaur? Unlikely, in my opinion. I think he'll get eaten by the Mythosaur. I think the Mythosaur is going to eat him and chew him in half. R.I.P. Tremblay says, reckon the performance of the new Indy will make or break Disney execs when it comes to the next Star Wars. I think it'll have a big impact on that decision making for sure. JP says, hey Josh, slightly off topic, but have you read the Yoda comic series? If not, I highly recommend you check it out. I read some of it when there were like those weird like mountains and rocks that had force power and shit like that. Kyber Power, welcome to the Nerdventures. You are a Nerdventure now. And Noah says, why are you hyper-focused on being an activist like it's a bad thing? The hate for the Rey movie is why we need a great Rey movie. Y'all stay mad, LOL. So I think I've actually explained it pretty well. Your question strikes me as the question from somebody that's just not willing to see the point I am trying to make. And so in some ways, this is an exercise in foolishness for me, even like trying to explain it further. But I'll give it one more shot. So I think that the reality is there's a shit ton of Star Wars fans that don't like that kind of stuff. And when they feel as though the messaging is taking priority over the art, they get really, really upset. And the reason that matters is because those people like actually exist, and they will be talking about Star Wars and this movie as we get closer to it. So the discourse for even you, Mr. Guy, who really likes activism or whatever, I don't even know, it's still going to be bad for you because you're going to have to listen and watch all of that toxic discourse take place, right? Maybe you'll check out completely, but the fact that you're in this stream and the fact that you sent that message makes me think you probably won't. So I consider it an L because what it means for the discussion around the film is going to be pretty bad. It's also turning off a large portion of your potential audience, like right away. And again, like activism on its face value, totally. I think it's great, actually. Like, dude, awesome. Bob's your uncle. Do your thing. But when it comes to 4-quadrant, mass appeal content, and a brand like Star Wars that is really, truly supposed to be for everyone. And I think when you say everyone, you're talking about at least some of the people that probably think politically very differently than you do. It's a skill to create mass appeal content that's not pushy. It's a skill. Does that answer the question? Tyler says, it's hard to get too excited with the past quality of shows and the amount of things being canceled. But I'll say Dave being there helps a ton. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Max the Confessor says, with the $10, I'm P woke, and I think the only good thing Disney put out was Andor. Oh, Jesus. Disney needs to hire good writers and get rid of stagecraft and focus on prequel stuff. Well, Max, we're just going to have to agree to disagree on that. Guys from King's Landing says, anyone not hyped at all for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Tickets now being sold. That's actually a good question. And we'll get into some giveaways now, right? We'll get into some giveaways. But I want to ask the chat a question. Where is your hype level at for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Like, for real, where's that hype level at, guys? Like, out of 10, where are you at with that? You let me know. You let me know. Wow. Yeah, I don't know, man. I see like some high scores, but I think most people are kind of like in the middle with it. I mean, frankly, like I don't have a lot of hype for it. I just expect it to be good. Do you know what I mean? Like, as weird as that sounds, like I don't have like hype for it to be this mind-blowing awesome thing, but I expect it to be really good. And I think there's a part of me that just really wants to return to like actually incredible like Marvel content. So, you know, in that sense, I am excited. But I don't know if hype's the right word for it. You know what I mean? I also think that it's going to be a pretty interesting determining factor on, is there some fatigue, right? Like, is there some superhero comic book fatigue? I think this is the one we want. Okay. One. Okay, let's do the GameStop gift card first. We've got a $200 GameStop gift card, which you can use in the store or online. We've got currently 846 members. And so, first thing I'm going to do here, let me see how this goes. Okay, first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to roll this dice. If it is odd, we'll start from page 1. If it's even, we'll start from the last page. Ooh, even. So that means we go all the way to the last page. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll a 9-sided die. And this will determine the page. Oh, look, it's right. It's right there. 7? So that's the second to the last page. So what I can do is go, boom, all the way to the last one, and then go over here. This is the page. If you are on this page, this channel has been deleted? What the hell? If it's this person, I get it. If we roll this number, I get it. Understand? Okay, now I got to roll a 100-sided die. Come on for me. Come on for me. Because I will use this. I'll go into GameStop and get up like a bunch of shirts. Boom. 32. Is it number 32? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is Reed. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 is the Pizza Lion. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 is Strange Marvel. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Here it is, 32. Brian Pellerin. Brian Pellerin. I'm going to screenshot this. Brian! Brian, you won! Brian, hit me up. And if you don't hit me up, we're going to have to give it away to somebody else. I'll give you a week. I hate when I am a loser. He ain't in the stream. Yeah, he might not be. Okay, let's now do some giveaways. First up, GameStop exclusive Mandalorian Funko Pop Collector's Box. I don't know what's in here, but one of y'all is about to win it. Let me set this up. I don't know what's in there. And also, here's the thing, and I always like to bring this up, guys. You don't, if you want to, you can choose to give it to me. So you could basically be like, okay, you know, awesome. Thanks, Josh. You know what? Why don't you keep it? You know what I mean? Something like that. That'd be cool. Let's see here. Mando Funko Collector Box. Wait, what? I can't do that? Box. Wait, let me... Advanced. Okay, so this will cost $2,000 per ticket. You can get up to 10 tickets. All right, boom. There we go. We're going to start the giveaway. And if you give it to me, I'll open it up on stream, and we can all see what's in here together, guys. You know? Drop some coin. I already dropped coin today. I already dropped some. Open it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Yeah, man. Damn it, I gambled mine away. Well, that was your decision. And also, that's Trev's fault because he was like, we got to gamble. You promised me. You promised. Yo, somebody in chat, where is the video where she was talking about, where Kathy was talking about the 6 or 7 years. A lot of people were saying that, or that one guy said basically like, that's bullshit. It's fake news. Somebody link me that, please. And let me read a couple of these last ones here. Donnie Snook says, Josh, do you think in the Ahsoka show, the upcoming movies, that we could possibly see Luke give Ahsoka his lightsaber? Oh, yeah. No, wait. Didn't you already have that earlier? Is that just stuck up there? Michael says, I'm super excited about Ahsoka coming out, and I certainly hope that Star Wars can be corrected with the help of Dave Filoni, but time will tell. May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you got 10 seconds, y'all. You got 10 seconds on this raffle. You got 10 seconds on the raffle. Tweeted the article at you for KK 6 to 7 years. Okay, sick. All right, let's pick a wiener. Let's pick a wiener real quick. Jedi Mike, let's go! Dude, Jedi Mike, look. Jedi Mike and I don't always see eye to eye. Okay? And frankly, I think we both trigger the fuck out of each other. But there's a lot of love between me and Jedi Mike. A lot of love. And he honestly is so damn helpful to us. And can we get some love for Jedi Mike in the chat? Mike, I'm going to send this out to you, brother. I might even send a little extra out, bro. I already got your address. Okay, next up, we're going to do this Ahsoka figure from The Mandalorian. And real talk, this is out of my personal collection. Not that it's like a super big deal, because I know that you can get that. I think this. I've seen this at like Target. I've seen it at GameStop and stuff like that. But it's just, it is from my personal collection. But I figured, let's do it. You know, the Ahsoka hype is real. You know? Boom. Let's do it. Same drill. 2,000 a ticket. There you go. Boom. Boom. We need to keep in mind that Thrawn needs to be faithful to how he is from the Thrawn Ascendancy books. He's not just a villain, but has sympathetic motives. Yeah. You know what's really interesting about that? Filoni apparently consulted Zahn heavily about Thrawn. So I'm very hopeful that whatever we're getting with Thrawn is going to be pretty true to his character, but also do some really interesting things. You know what I mean? Like, really interesting things. For sure. Yeah. Oh, and I really hope y'all come by tomorrow, man, so that we can play some Marvel Snap together. The X-Men figures are awesome. You can, of course, give those to me. You know what I mean? Okay, so here, let me read this to you guys, okay? This is from that interview. This is Kathleen Kennedy right here, okay? So this is what she said. We're pretty far along, Kennedy said. These are things, as you can imagine, certainly looking at what Dave has been doing with Ahsoka, that'll be at least 6-7 years building to what it is we're going to do in a movie. Okay, so that's fair, actually. So she isn't exactly saying that it's going to be 6 to 7 years from now. But that did get put out there, and a lot of people are talking about that, right? So a little bit of maybe some fake news there, but also, I mean, like, I can also see how you can interpret it that way. Like, Kathy, again, is just not very clear when she talks about this shit, you know? And they damn sure don't have a date, but it's a little bit better than it being 6 to 7 years. So when did Mando first drop? What, 2019? So that's 3 years. So you got like 3 more years. So that's still like 2026, 2027. So it could be like the next Star Wars movie. But I still think, I think Mangold's would go after that. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's draw for this Ahsoka figure real quick. Who is the winner? Captain Ziggit. Ziggit. Yes. You won, bro. You won. from my personal collection. Hell yeah. One more. Darth Vader Funko Pop. A little dusty, sorry. Darth Vader big old Funko Pop. Obviously, it's always dope to have Vader. Always dope to have Darth Vader. More! Man, I think Wednesday night stream, just so you guys know, tomorrow we're doing the Nerdventure stream. We're going to play some Marvel Snap. Wednesday, we're going to have a big stream. I think we're going to have a lot to talk about after that Mandalorian episode. So I think Wednesday night at 6 p.m. we'll go live. We'll have a real good stream that night. And then we've got to do Saturday morning cartoons this weekend. Like, there's no way around it. You guys keep delaying the Saturday morning cartoons. And it's just crazy. You're really upsetting me. I was really looking forward to it. You know? Interesting. Man, again, like, you just got to give him credit for, at the very least, just taking over, man. Like, there's just so much Star Wars stuff going on, and the buzz is really about Star Wars. It's really all about talking about that right now. Pretty crazy. Pretty wild. Japan in 2025. That's kind of hyped up, dude. Okay, so what about this, chat? Because everybody's going to hate me if I go to Star Wars Celebration in Japan, right? So I'll be walking down the hall, and like a couple like people dressed as like Reva are going to come out and try to stab me in the gut, right? So what if I just go to Star Wars Celebration and I just wear a shirt that says, "I'm sorry, I'm toxic"? Like, do you think that would be good enough? And like, maybe people would be like, okay, you know what? At least he's sorry. You know? Sorry, I'm toxic. Sorry, I'm toxic. Shave your head and take off the glasses. You think that would help? People would like me more? Might be worse. Ooh. It's a pickle, you know? You know what I could do? Low-key, here's the solution. Here's what we do, guys. Sozin's Comet! Let's go, baby! You just won yourself a Darth Vader. Let's go! Except you're not sorry. First of all, shut your mouth, Moss. I'm not even done with the bit yet. Jesus. By the way, Moss, I think we're getting some Dune 2 stuff soon. Maybe a little Dune 2 trailer soon, huh? Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, here's the real trick, though. It's a trick I've actually been doing for years. All we have to do is go to Japan with Star Wars Theory. As long as it's me and Theory, for some reason, all the hate that would be coming at me is going to kind of be deflected to go into him. So, like, he's like the red flag kind of like bull kind of situation, like Toro, and then like everybody just like goes after Theory. So as long as it's me and Theory, I'll probably be chill. But if he can't make it, phew, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. Yeah, he's like the tank. I'm like the rogue. Like he tanks it all, and I like come in and stab the enemy and like annoy the enemy and like distract them and shit, you know? Yeah. So we got it figured out, dude. We got it figured out over here. Will the first Jedi be human or alien? Probably a combo. Probably a combo. Wear sorry, not sorry. Demi Lovato shirt. I didn't even know that was a thing, but maybe I'll check it out. Japan is like a 19-hour plane ride from Michigan. Whew. Yeah, that's a rough one. Drunken master technique. Yeah. Ayo, something sexy with tentacles. Hey, calm down over there. The daughter is first Force person. Maybe. All right, I'm out. Got to get some food. Have a good day, folks. Appreciate you, Trev. Have a good one, man. I'm going to go get some food, too. I wonder what we're going to eat for lunch. I wonder if Elisa has any plans for that. I'm kind of hungry, y'all. Like I said, big Ahsoka video today. A big video about Rey and Ben Solo and the future Star Wars movies coming out tomorrow. We've got The Marvels trailer tomorrow. We'll probably talk about that on stream, and maybe I'll do a little vidya about that as well. Have I gotten the scales to work yet? No. Unfortunately, we weren't able to go hang out on Sunday with my dad. Just work was too crazy. Like, yeah, it was just tough, man. I had to do a lot of editing myself and then get some other stuff in order. So, no, I'm not really sure how much I weigh. I'm pretty sure all those scales are broken, though. I mean, in Japan, don't they have topless dancing goddess of the dawn? That's awesome. I don't know what that is, but sign me up. Do you think we'll see Yoda or Grogu together ever again? I don't know, bro. Rayombo says, Josh, my little brother watched your video with the truth about Star Wars movies, and I think he got a new sub. He did. You're a super down-to-earth, level-headed guy. We'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, we'll see. That's cool, though. Cub says, I'm glad that Filoni isn't making the Dawn of Jedi movie. He'd say his awful, it's not how George envisioned it, and completely disrespect the comic. What? How dare you, Cub? You trying to trigger me right now, bro? Hey, you trying to trigger me right now, bro? All right, cool. Okay, so we got all those giveaways done. So we could probably get out of here in a little bit, man. Yeah, we already did all the raffles and everything. We already did the raffles. Now that I was given a membership, how do I get involved in all this cool stuff like raffles, giveaways, and gambling? Babu is never far away. It's all like, and we can talk about it more tomorrow. Just try to come to the stream, man, tomorrow. It should pop up on your membership tab. Who got the GameStop gift card? Brian Pellerin got the GameStop gift card. So I'll shout that out throughout the week, and we'll see if we can link up with him. If I don't see him in chat, though, we'll do another giveaway for it eventually. So, yeah. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. Anything else real quick before we go? Another gift card for members tomorrow? Yeah, we'll do that for sure. Do you think there's a bigger chance of Luke showing up in the Filoni movie is out? They said it will culminate Mando, Boba, Ahsoka, and other shows. That's true. I wonder if we'll get a Luke show. That'd be kind of fun, right? Am I going to try Jedi Survivor? Oh, hell yeah, man. I'm going to stream it. Whatever night it comes out, I'm going to stream like all night. What time is the Marvel trailer tomorrow? I would guess like 10 to noon. 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time. It's usually the pocket. But I don't know for sure. Played any Switch games? Do you have a Switch? I do have a Switch. I play a lot of the Pokemon games. Mario Party, Mario Kart, all that. Yeah. Come to Australia? I'd love to. Except for all the animals and bugs that want to eat me. Australia seems pretty cool, man. All right, everybody. Much love to you all today. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Ah, man, you know, it's a pretty good stream. It's a pretty good stream. It's like, hey, this is pretty cool. But Kathy Kennedy. Oh, but you know what? This is pretty cool over here, and I'm kind of excited about that. But fucking Kathleen Kennedy. It's a nice balance. Because I am genuinely excited. But also, Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, man. Open up your third eye to the possibilities in front of you. Wash out your brown eye for the reality of your past self. I don't know, bro. Just wipe your butts.